Hi Capricorn, welcome to your weekly reading. I'm Jude. Capricorn, this is a reading for the week of the 29th of May. And Capricorn, we're just going to start with what's been going on for you, what's been happening. Then we'll look at the week of the 29th of May. We'll see what the challenges might be and what might come in to help you. So Capricorn, let's get going. Let's move that over there so you can see the cards. Okay. So for Capricorn, I actually feel that this is just a single moment. The Two of Wands is what the energy is showing as you've been in. And the Two of Wands is that very much an internal process, Capricorn, where you're weighing something up, weighing up a choice or a decision, but it's got a very sort of deep feeling to it, like a deep internal, will I stay here because where I'm at's pretty good. It feels like you are in a good place according to these cards, and of course this is general, so it may or may not resonate. And that's just triggered my mind to say and thank you for the likes and the shares and subscribes, and please, that makes a difference. I hope you enjoy these readings or find them helpful or insightful. But let's get on. So, yeah, with this Two of Wands, it feels like you are okay where you're at. It feels like you're in a pretty good place. It feels like your needs are met. There's a sense here of you've got quite a good, solid life, according to these cards. But for some of you, there's a feeling here of a bit of a pull, either overseas or somewhere different. And it's stirring something up within you about whether you do or whether you don't. And there's a bit of toing and froing, I feel, here. So, the week of the 29th of May, let's see what the cards are showing here. And Temperance came straight out. Eight of Pentacles. Oh, now they flipped back in. If they're meant to come out, I always believe they will, so we'll see. And as you know, I do work with the cards that jump, so let's see, like that. Yeah, again, there's the Hermit, deep reflection. I'll talk about that in a minute. And the Moon. Now, we have got a full moon coming up at the end of this week. Four of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Yeah, so Capricorn, this feels a little bit very internal process for you. Temperance, the Eight of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Moon, the Four of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. So both the Hermit and the High Priestess, I feel, are coming in with a very similar energy here, and that is of really connecting in and feeling what it is your soul guidance is trying to communicate to you. Because I feel you're looking for somewhere that brings you a bit of peace, a bit of balance, a bit of harmony in your life. It's like you want to get your emotional stability happening. It does feel like a work situation for some because of the pentacles on the table, but it could also be about home, practical aspects of life. And I feel you've been in a bit of a pattern here. The question may be about what you want to hold on to and what you want to let go of, Capricorn. But again, this full moon card feels to me like there's something stirring deep within you, kind of like deep in your psyche, about what is it that you want to do. Because it feels like something's been maybe put to you and you got to weigh it up. And it feels like you might be looking for this in some ways, because there's a stability about you, Capricorn, that I can see in these cards, where you focused on the work, you do what you know you need to do, and there's a sense here of, but this could be amazing. Now the challenge sits in the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords can be a card that talks about how we can maybe be betrayed, or a feeling of betrayal, or maybe we've done a lot of thinking and almost done our heads in with the thinking about it. Because it's showing as a challenge, it's going to be like the challenge is going to be in your thinking, and which shows me here, because we've got that Two of Wands with you sort of standing on the roof of the castle in the symbology going, I'm in a good place, but what about over there? And the Hermit, again, is looking deep and from a very higher perspective. For some of you, it might be lifting your energy, doing a bit of healing and recovery sort of work for yourself. Maybe you're planning a trip to do that. So, yeah, what will help you? What will help Capricorn? What would be some suggestions for you here that would be helpful? Let's have a look. And Judgment came out straight away. Yeah. Six of Swords. King of Swords. Nice. And now that folded and went back in, so I'll just see if it comes out again. The Tower and the World card. Yeah, I feel like with these cards, so Judgment, Six of Swords, King of Swords, Tower and the World. It feels like for some of you it's a case of maybe moving through grief of some sort, and I do say that with a lot of respect, but there's a continual process here of you making a choice, making a decision. Feels like there's something quite significant here, Capricorn, that's calling on you to make a choice, and it's a bit of a fork in the road, a crossroad. Will I go and do that or not? Will I stay where I am? But there's a sense here with this King of Swords, it could be an air sign person around you, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Maybe someone coming in to help or support or guide, because these are the helper cards. It might be somebody giving you some thought, because your challenge is the Ten of Swords. Challenge is in this thinking. Not saying your thinking is, incorrect or anything like that. It's just that you might get caught in your thoughts a bit, or overthink it a little bit, maybe. And the King of Swords coming in as a helper card says this is about getting very strategic in your thinking, very clear, lateral perhaps, but highly evolved thinking, and which is going to be very helpful to help you work through the Ten of Swords. Maybe it's, you get legal counsel or legal guidance. The Tower would suggest that this could come in with some ideas that might be sudden and unexpected. But the World card, when we get this talks about a cycle or a chapter coming to a close, a completion. It's like a cycle of life coming to its natural conclusion, which feels, positive. It feels, this is a card, because it's a helper too. It's like bringing this to a completion, bringing all that thinking and maybe almost overanalyzing feeling to a conclusion. And you get very clear and strategic in your thoughts. It's like you go, yeah, okay, I'm not going to kind of churn around in there. I'm going to raise my thoughts and get very strategic and very clear. And there's a lot of logic in the King of Swords. And, this brings an end to that cycle for you, Capricorn, is what I can see in these cards. So I'm just going to close your reading out with a message from Spirit for you, for Capricorn, please. What would be helpful for Capricorn? Yeah, okay. Well, I do love how the tarot work. I don't know if I say that often enough, but I do. Seven of Wands and the Fool. So the Seven of Wands, this is a card that can talk about having our boundaries in place, having, our skills in alignment as well, Capricorn, where you know what you're good at and you hold the line. It's like, for some of you, it might be a promotion or it definitely feels like it's an elevation of some sort where you rise to meet this new challenge. So if it's a job or a work scenario, it's like a step up, promotion. Maybe now you're in charge of a team, or if you already were, maybe it's a department or a state or national role, something. It's like an evolution of your career and a step up. And with the Fool card, this is about a new beginning, which is perfect after the World, because when the World says something comes to a completion, there's always, when something ends or finishes, it's like, well, okay, what's next? So there's always a new beginning after a World completion. So, but it's good to pause and draw breath and go, okay, and tie it all off neatly, and then start this new start. Um, Should you choose to, because you've got free will, you decide what you do. But the Fool says, is there a risk in this maybe? Are you being naive? Because it's unknown. It's like, should you take this? Maybe it's a job offer in another country and you're like, I don't know, how will it go? I have no idea. Maybe it's a huge recognition of your skills and an advancement in your career perhaps, but it's like, I don't know how it's going to work out. But the Fool, because it's such a beautiful energy, it does encourage you to have a bit of a leap of faith. But you have to weigh that up, and that's what I can see you weighing up in these cards. It's like, well, like I think I said right at the start, there's a push-pull here. Hope you have a fabulous week. Thanks for listening. Bye from me, and I'll see you next week.